Climate change is the biggest global challenge in the world today. The impact of climate change has more immediate and severe consequences for the Arctic than any other world region. To be able to meet these future challenges, it is vital for Arctic societies to work together to strengthen research and innovation. ARCADE, the Arctic Academy for Social and Environmental Leadership, aims to spark the interest of future scientists and experts to explore and understand the complex challenges and opportunities in the Arctic.
ARCADE is a unique opportunity for graduate students to participate in 3 intensive programs in Norway, Greenland, and Iceland, enabling them to explore the dramatic effects of climate change in the region under the leadership of academic experts.
When researching the impacts of climate change, it is important to consider environmental, social, and economic factors. ARCADE promotes cross-disciplinary learning, which is key to developing sustainable approaches for assessing and mitigating impacts of climate change in the Arctic.
In order to meet those future challenges, we also need a new kind of leadership. But what would those new leaders look like? The Arctic needs leaders who are morally driven and holistic thinkers. We need leaders who know how to communicate ideas and translate science into policy. And we also need leaders who are courageous, resilient, and empathetic. Leaders who can develop and create a vision to work towards a more sustainable Arctic region.
What are the main challenges of climate change to the Arctic?
As the sea ice in the Arctic region recedes, new security challenges in the region arise. It is important to understand how the 8 Arctic states and non-Arctic states may respond to new threats emanating from the region, and the impact these threats can have on local communities in the Arctic.
Tourism is all about mobility and experiences. Climate change will increase accessibility to and within the Arctic. At the same time, there is a growing demand for Arctic experiences. While this presents many opportunities for people living in the Arctic, the main challenge is the responsible management and regulation of tourism development so it will sustain the well-being of people and sustainable use of natural resources.
There are an estimated 4 million people who live in the Arctic, including indigenous communities, who are starting to be affected by various types of human security, local security. You have issues of development and health, especially in the wake of the recent pandemic. You have matters of education and infrastructure, which also desperately need to be addressed in the region.
Climate change entails both opportunities and challenges. One example of global warming impact is the melting of sea ice in the Arctic. The melting of sea ice opens opportunities for shipping further north and also longer periods of the year. However, increasing levels of maritime activity also generates increasing levels of risk. So, opportunities of, say, increasing cruise tourism in the Arctic also challenges the security of the environment and people.
Climate change is happening in the Arctic. For example, there is less ice and snow in many parts of Greenland. In some communities up north, dog sledding is a very important part of life. But now, because of the thin ice, they cannot be used as much as before. The uncertainty of the weather is creating instability in the lives of Arctic people.
We need more voices into the Arctic dialogue. We need more young people to sit at the table. And that's why it's so exciting to have the ARCADE program open for applications. We encourage you to check it out.